Do you want to have kids someday? If you do, you may have thought about possible complications. One thing you may want to learn about is genetic disorders, which are caused by genetic abnormalities and mutations. One genetic disorder that affects my family is Fraser syndrome. Today, I'm going to give you a look inside the cradle of a baby with Fraser syndrome. First, we will explore the cause of Fraser syndrome. Secondly, we'll take a peek at the signs and symptoms of the disorder. Finally, we'll discuss the life of my cousin Megan, a 16-year-old girl living with Fraser syndrome, and talk about how she and the rest of her family are dealing with this disorder. First, let's explore the cause of Fraser syndrome. This disorder is an autosomal recessive trait, which means that both parents need to be carriers of the disorder in order for the child to be affected by the disorder. If two carriers of the disorder had 4 children, it's likely that 1 would be affected by the disorder, 2 would be carriers, and 1 would neither be affected nor a carrier of the disorder. Although the nature of this gene is known, the exact mutation that causes Fraser syndrome has yet to be identified. According to Johnson and Gale, Fraser syndrome is a very rare disorder, affecting less than 1 of every 100,000 births. In parents who have had a Fraser syndrome baby, there's a 25% chance that their next baby will be affected as well. Often babies with this disorder are stillborn or do not survive past infanthood. Now that we've explored the cause of Fraser syndrome, let's take a peek at the signs and symptoms of the disorder. The most striking and easily noticed sign is cryptophthalmos, which, according to Johnson and Gale, is caused by the fusing of the eyelids. This can be partial or complete and also may affect one or both eyes. In some cases, the eyes do not develop beneath the fused lids. In other cases, they are underdeveloped. This means that most individuals born with Fraser syndrome are completely blind. However, some individuals, including my cousin, have functional eyes beneath their fused lids. Johnson and Gale also mention another symptom that may not be apparent right away, which is genital malformations, including the absence of a menstrual cycle, fused labia or abnormally shaped uterus in women, and a fused urethra, abnormally small penis, or the failure of the testicles to descend into the scrotum in men. An article on WebMD entitled Fraser syndrome mentioned a few other congenital malformations which may accompany the more likely symptoms. These include abnormalities in the digestive system, nose, middle and outer ear, larynx, kidneys, and brain. A final symptom is syndactyly, which, according to Johnson and Gale, is partial or complete fusion of the fingers or toes. This includes webbing of fingers and toes. Finally, let's discuss my cousin Megan, who is living with Fraser syndrome. This is Megan. She was born on October 18, 1995, with Fraser syndrome. She exhibited cryptophthalmos, syndactyly, and other malformations in her ear and larynx, and she was also born with 1 kidney. Although she has had over 60 surgeries, most of which before the age of 6, and is blind, Megan lives a relatively normal life. Megan told me that she loves to sing and also to take care of her 3 hermit crabs and her dog, Rocky. She goes to high school and goes out with her friends just like any 16-year-old girl would do. Megan also has 1 sister who is not affected by Fraser syndrome. I also spoke with Megan's mother, my Aunt Kim, about how this disorder affects the lives of their entire family. She said that having a child with a genetic disorder comes with a lot of stress, worry, and medical expenses, but watching Megan succeed, despite her disabilities, is truly a blessing. When I spoke with both Megan and Kim, I asked about the tools that they use to help Megan live as normal a life as possible. Because of her blindness, Megan uses a braille note, and a voiceover app on her cell phone and iPod to compensate. She also has hearing aids. Megan is not the only child dealing with this disorder who has survived past infanthood. According to Rebecca Jackson, a blogger and mother of a child with Fraser syndrome, just knowing what they're dealing with and that other people are dealing with it too helps families who are dealing with Fraser syndrome to cope with the disorder. To review, Fraser syndrome is a very rare genetic disorder caused by an autosomal recessive gene. This disorder is characterized by fused eyelids, webbed fingers and toes, and other congenital malformations. Although Fraser syndrome is very rare and has a low chance for survival past infanthood, people like Megan are living full and relatively normal lives. If you would like to know more about genetic disorders, including Fraser syndrome, please visit the website listed on this slide, as it is the most thorough explanation I have found. If you'd like to follow Megan's story or listen to her sing, you can subscribe to her YouTube channel at MBOLT89123. That is MBOLT89123. Genetic disorders may be scary and tough to deal with for both those affected and their families, but children and adults who are dealing with these disorders are still making the most out of their lives, and that is proof that life is truly what you make of it.